In other news, a new report into welfare fraud in Rhode Island has not been released by the governor's office despite requests by journalists. Meantime, head of the state police held a briefing on some of the preliminary findings of that report. Let's go to Target 12 investigator Tim White, who was at that briefing, and he joins us now live with the mobile newsroom.
Patrick, the information just provided to us can best be described as ambiguous, and that's because Colonel Stephen O'Donnell says he hasn't read the entire report compiled by Ken Block's company. He's the founder of the moderate party that was retained by the Chafee administration to look into waste and fraud in the food stamp program, cash assistance, and Medicaid. Now, Colonel Stephen O'Donnell says, based on Block's report, they need more data from the federal government to move forward on any potential criminal investigation. He says they have been working with the U.S. Attorney's Office to try and work that out. Based on what you've seen, how widespread is fraud either in the cash assistance program or SNAP, known as, the food stamp program?
From what I know from the preliminary reports is that I can't say it's widespread because you don't have access to the information that will tell you it's widespread. So we're waiting on that. The small actual items that we've already worked on and been working on isn't widespread, but I'm told through information, I have nothing to prove it at this point, that there's a lot of actual items that we could look at as we go forward.
What kind of items are you talking about?
Fraud.
And what does that look like?
Again, I don't know because I haven't seen it.
Now, as we noted, Target 12 did put in a request to obtain Ken Block's report. The governor's office tells us they will decide later this week if they're going to release it, but that looks unlikely because Colonel Stephen O'Donnell tells us that it could impede on any investigation if they decide to move forward. Live with the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, Eyewitness News.